back. I want to visit the pigs here again. See how they're doing.
Oh, they go inside now.
This is my friend. We met before, no? He became big now.
Yeah, I only remember him. He was the smallest one that was bullied. Hello. He like human being. Come on.
Let's go and meet the chicken. Why is there a new pig?
不能吃，你怎么可以吃你自己的蛋？好危险哦！
Today is a really special video because look what we have been doing. There used to be, on every one of these there used to be a lychee, but now we have been eating most of them because these are lychee that we have been picking ourselves. And if you guys want to see us pick a lychee, then go over to Charlie's channel, but watch this video first. Wow, it looks like the egg of an alien, don't you think so? And do you know what I like more than the taste of lychee? I like the smell of lychee more.
Oh really?
很香啊。
荔枝的味道真的超香的。We love lychee.
We are actually back in Dongshan now, and we were here a few months ago. And at that time, we shot a video called like 4 things you should know before marrying a Taiwanese. And today we're gonna do a little follow-up video, called 4 things you need to know before you marry a foreigner. You told me about something, and this is that when you get pregnant, you know, actually this happened to your friend. When you deliver a kid in Taiwan, then you should stay in some special place, right?
就是生完小孩以后，很多都市人会去月子中心坐月子。如果是台北的话，可能10万到30万。
And you know, in Sweden, we have very good healthcare and society in Sweden. But when you get pregnant, if everything is okay, you get kicked out in 2 days. You know, my sister, you barely even know it. Recognize the kid, you know.
That 1 month is the best time of their life because after they have to 奉献很多，how to say?
I don't know that Chinese word.
Spending a lot of time to take care of the baby, take care of the family, to cook, blah blah blah.
I
feel okay, like then you don't have to go to really 月子中心 if you do a lot. But
the husband, like, does someone feel pointed out? I feel pointed out. Single out.
But most of the husbands, I feel they are so lazy and they don't want to do anything. So why don't you just pay money to, you know?
Yeah, pay the money and then.
Yeah, send away your wife and kids. And also, if you want to save money and say that, okay, you don't have to be there, I can cook for you. But hell no, like, what the fuck is your... What do you want me to eat for 1 month? Like, okay, fried chicken, fried egg.
I think this is a really good thing that if we had it in Sweden, I think it would be better than the way it's done now. Only if you are really rich, maybe you get a maid to help you with this. We don't have this kind of hotel, at least that I know of. I haven't researched, but I have never heard about this in Sweden. So I think that this kind of hotel is really good. So according to the Taiwanese tradition, who is supposed to pay for this?
I just saw like an article that is a husband like saying like, oh, why my wife have to stay there, it's so expensive, so they are fighting who will pay. And they say, okay, maybe they'll go Dutch, so they will pay half and half. And a lot of girls think this is so crazy.
He's so stingy.
Yeah, because he didn't have to give a birth, he didn't have to experience the pain, and he even want to go Dutch.
I just take my sister as an example. After she delivered a kid, you know, and after 2 days she got kicked out of the hospital and had to go home. If at that point she would tell her husband that, okay, now I want to stay in a hotel for 300,000 for 1 month and they should cook for me and do everything for me, she would say, damn, you're so lazy. Every woman in this country has delivered a baby. They don't need to be in a hotel for like 30 days.
Yeah.
So that's why when I hear about this, for me it was a big shock, and that I was expected maybe to pay for this. It was also a big shock for me, but I think this was more of like the society's expectation.
Yeah.
But anyway, that day you came to me with this like, oh, if I need to stay there 1 month, will you pay for me? I say, hell no.
Yeah, after reading that article, I really want to, ask,
start a little fight.
like, do you want to go Dutch or... Yeah.
You know, when your wife came up to you and she's not even pregnant and say like, okay, if I stay there, will you pay for me? It's like a little match that can start a fire. You need to be very careful with. My conclusion would be that, I think 2 weeks should be enough. I can feel all the mothers there again. They are just hating on me,
Yeah.
There will be an angry mothers union will be down there
Yeah.
in the comments. I can pay for the 2 weeks and then we can go split for
That
the
means go Dutch. Or that means you want to pay 75%.
Actually, the next point I wanted to talk about is very good continuation of this, because I wanted to talk about a little bit of the cultural differences when it comes to food and what kind of food we like to eat can sometimes be very different. And how well do you think I have adopted to Taiwanese food?
Like the really traditional one I like, you don't like them. You don't like chou tofu, you don't like bubble tea, you don't like 面线。大肠面线你也不喜欢。
Bubble tea, when I get drunk, I really like bubble tea, but when I am sober, I think it's very calorie heavy.
Yeah, so like when you are away, like when we are together, we have to eat some food that we both like.
Yeah.
But when you are away, then I would love to go to eat some 大肠面线 or 臭臭锅, because you don't like 臭豆腐 either.
I like a lot of Taiwanese food. I really think I do. But there are some things, like for example, mianxian. When I eat it, it's just like overcooked noodles. In my opinion, small overcooked noodles. And I think you just eat this because, when you're a kid, they force you to eat this. And then you get some like happy memories connected to this. Because I don't think it's like
They don't
actually
force me to do it.
actually like a quality food.
尤其是麻辣大肠面线，我超爱。
In the beginning, something that I didn't like, but that I actually learned to like, was actually also the huoguo, like the hot pot, which is something that Taiwanese really, really love so much. And I think one reason I didn't like it is because you have to cook your food yourself, and it's just like, it's not so special that it's worth to do it yourself, because I love to do the barbecue myself, but the hot pot, and also it takes so long time to eat hot pot, I like the hot pot now, but I think for socializing, you sit so far away from each other, and those places are usually like really loud. I think for socializing, a cafe is much better than a hot pot restaurant.
For us, like hot pot is super good. Like you eat and talk, so you can eat for so long time.
Yeah.
That means you really don't get the essence of Taiwanese culture.
Yesterday, I made a ramen. I made a shin ramen.
Yeah, 辛拉面.
And I only put half of the spice. It was for me, it was not even for her. I put half the spice because I know that's enough for me, and I put extra water because I don't want to make it so spicy. And I eat it, and after a while you came because you wanted to eat it too.
And because you eat, and then you say, it's too spicy, I can't go and eat it. So I go and eat like, what is this shit?
Exactly, I had a breakdown, and I'm like, okay. Like, I made it for myself the way I like it, and you're like, oh, disgusting.
Because
Is
he
it even
put a
instant
lot
noodle?
of water and only have spice. So it's not spicy and too watery for me.
What I want to say is that there's a lot of food that we both like, but then there's some extreme kind of food for me that's like very European style, and for you very spicy food that maybe we don't really like. So that's where it can be good to know. So the next one is a little bit more serious, because I think the first two ones are kind of easy to solve, but this is actually one that's impossible to solve, and this is that one of us kind of always have to live far away from our family, maybe especially our grandparents. Like, what can we do about this? It's impossible to move your grandma to Sweden, I think she will not really like it there very much.
Yeah, and recently I'm also thinking about moving back to my hometown, because we live in Taipei, but our landlord say maybe we need to move out because her daughter wants to come back, but she's not sure, so we don't know. And I'm thinking about maybe I should just go back to Puli and live close to my grandma.
The hard thing for me in Puli, I think, is to kind of make friends there,
Yeah.
Because even if my Chinese can be okay and I can understand them, some people already have their life. Maybe they don't want to make friends with a foreigner. There are not so many foreigners. There's like one Italian guy
Making
in Puli.
tiramisu.
Yeah, if you're watching this video, Italian guy in Puli, let's be friends.
Yesterday or 2 days ago, like I have an explosion because I become really angry.
崩溃了。
崩溃。
崩溃了。
不是崩溃，我是生气。
Okay. 他生气了。
Because I am the one who have to pay the bill all the time, like electricity bill, Wi-Fi bill.
I mean, this doesn't mean that
gas.
she's paying more than me. It just means that she has to physically go there and pay it.
Yeah. And then he said, oh, because I don't speak Chinese, but you only need to go to Family Mart and then pay it. It's super easy.
I just, in my thinking, I had it because you speak Chinese, it's so much easier for you to do it. When we are in Sweden, of course, I will always pay the bill in Sweden. It's much easier for me. But it doesn't mean I'm still gonna charge you for those bills. I mean, half of it. But I agree with you. I was being a little bit lazy on this one.
Yes,
it's also,
and then like I pay all the one time I pay electricity, water, and gas, blah blah blah, and then also parking now. So I have to pay so many bills, and I'm so tired. So I said, oh, this one, the Wi-Fi one, like you can go to 7-Eleven and pay. And he said, yeah, sure. And then he put that bill on his table, and then it fell down on the ground. And then he said, oh, I couldn't find it. Okay, it's on the ground. He said, okay, I found it. And then okay, he didn't pay it. So our Wi-Fi is cut. We have no Wi-Fi anymore.
You know, if I want to sign up for the TV or sign up for the phone, it's always more complicated because I don't exactly fit into the template. So I had some frustration with my drone. I had a lot of frustration, and with my driving license, I had a lot of frustration because I didn't understand how to do it.
But maybe this is not a cultural thing. It's just that he's a little bit lazy.
Okay, so today we wanted to talk about some of the problems or some of the bad things you should know before marrying a foreigner. Of course, there's a lot of benefits, like discovering a new culture. Like there are so many good things as well, but I just wanted to say some of the things that can be a little bit troublesome. So thank you so much for watching today. Please go and check out the Leech video that we shot in this morning. It's gonna be really great, and follow our channel. Then I will see you all next time. Bye.
해보래.